in relationships. You know, you got to do like, well, who's a cool dude who's actually, probably according to his character. We're just going off his character now.
Oh, he admitted the other day that he's been living a character for his whole life.
Right. So the character of Will is essentially a good guy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Who had a bad
it was a
relationship,
glitch in the matrix.
and he went off. He died. He decided to get with a woman who pined after another man. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? It's a good story plot. You know what I mean? They eventually get
it's
together.
poetic justice
Right.
part two.
They have a family. He's successful, but at the end of the day, we got a man jealous of another man, and his relationship with this woman so much to the point so that he goes and marries her. Which, of course, if you're looking at it according to the script, you watch it and you're like, oh, I wouldn't do that. Like,
This can't end good.
but you as the watcher know this, but for somehow or another, the actors can't seem to get it right. You know,
It's like the music in the scary movie that started playing.
but they got, like I said, they're gonna go do their thing. They're gonna have people talking about this for maybe another 2 weeks or so before it die out. And when they see that it's dying out, then another story will come out about something happening with him in the academy.
Well, it got too low today, so they went ahead and dropped that. He been banned for 10 years from the academy.
Oh, see,
They went ahead and dropped that now to go ahead and keep it up another week or so.
but here's the thing: off of them banning them for 10 years, you can have another set of people with reactions and so on and so forth. You don't ever watch a TV show and they got a plot in the TV show that could end early, but they drag it out.
Yeah,
It's one of them scenarios. They're gonna drag this plot out, and every now and then you're gonna get a tidbit about what the Academy might do to lift your suspension and so on and so forth. It's gonna drag out for a hot minute, but it ain't gonna be major.
nigga,
Like I said,
the Oscars overshadowed the Grammys so hard, like nobody even realized the Grammys was last week.
yeah, like
No,
us, because people don't really like the younger generation of kids. They don't really care for stuff like that.
no,
You catch the little highlights and
that's
stuff
it.
like that. You don't need to really watch a whole show.
You ain't got to watch the whole show no more.
Right, but see that goes to show you how much the attention span is shortened.
Oh,
So much
they got
so
your
to the
attention
point.
span the length of a TikTok
Right.
video.
So that's how come you could even have people that are so-called stars be hot for a minute and then go on the next. But the thing is that if you really seeking the fame, in order for you to constantly stay in the public eye, you got to constantly be doing things behind closed doors in order to remain relevant. You got people out there with absolutely no talent that can remain relevant for 15, 20 years based on
Shit,
what it
Snoop
is.
ain't put out a good album since Doggy Style, bro.
Well, Snoop went from really being an artist from a music artist to allowing himself to
Be a full
be
character.
be
That's what he is.
and be a spokesperson for various products. He's an endorser,
Yeah.
and he already established he already established himself as a good time. See, that's one thing I like about Snoop and his character, right? He established something that was enjoyable for all, regardless of what you look like
Yeah,
and
he ain't
where
no
you
threat. He the
from.
high guy. He just
Right?
gonna be hanging around. Yeah.
Everybody want to party with Snoop.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you got a dude like that, you can endorse anything. Sell cars, you can sell this, you can sell that, blah, 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 so forth. But behind closed doors, Snoop gotta do other stuff in order to keep himself relevant. Even though everybody know his name. Like his name ain't, I'll put you like this. His name ain't going out of style.
Nah. Nah.
You know, that's never gonna happen for him. He's got one of the names that
Yeah, Snoop Dogg. That's
right, you already know what it is. First thing you thinking is weed.
yeah, for sure.
If you ain't thinking nothing else, you're thinking weed. So in a good time. So like I said, he did well for himself and make and his character in order to be able to put himself in in a position where he could get a lot of endorsements and make what people make a lot of money according to the people. But if you in the know, you know it ain't like that. So you afforded a lifestyle, living a certain lifestyle that's afforded to you based on what you do is 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 not good. So 'cause that means they can take it away from you
Anytime.
anytime. So what I learned is that a lot of artists don't get money. They give them black cards. You can buy anything with a black card, but you can shut down a black card at any time too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean Chappelle spoke about it when he had it. He's like, oh snap, man, that's the same thing. You buy a house with a black card. I mean, literally buy a house. You could go buy Bugatti with a black card because there's no limit. So like I said, there's certain things you can do with it, but they what they do is they showcase a lifestyle to people who can't afford it, and then those people go out and take their hard-earned money
And buy all the
and buy
shit they
all the
can't
shit they
afford.
can't afford to be like
Keep the
this
machine.
character that they put in front of them.
Yeah.
Because people fall in love with these characters. They want to be just like them. At the end of the day, like yourself. If you like yourself, you're gonna be better off. Like you could like other things about these characters, but not enough so much to the point that you
You hate
spend the
yours.
rest of your life trying to be like them and emulate them and do everything that they do. Like there's certain aspects of my father I like, there's certain aspects of my mother I like. I'm not trying to be either one of them. I'm just gonna fuse them, but I'm not gonna fuse them. I'm not gonna be
No,
dealing with idol worship with either one of them.
yeah.
I'm just gonna take the best of them and
Not gonna lose myself in it.
right. So a lot of people they get out there, they do stuff like that, man. They just lose themselves in these characters, and before you know it, the characters don't care nothing about you. Luke been talking pimping and hoeing for years, but
And
he
been
married.
married to the same chick
Right.
since high school.
Right.
Been married to the same chick since high school.
All these
Snoop ain't got no outside babies.
no,
You know what I'm
Cardi
saying?
B, Nicki Minaj, all these people telling you what they
And
married.
they married.
You know what I mean?
Beyonce told you single ladies when she was getting married.
Yeah. Right. Matter of fact, shucks. Jay been married as long as me and Keisha had. 13 years. We got married the same year. They got married in April. We got married in July. Same year though. And the funny thing about it is, it's funny, and we got married. They got April, May, June, and July. Basically, like 4 months apart and whatnot. Yeah, 4 months apart from them. But like fours are relevant in the number scheme because I'm born on the fourth, my wife's born on the fourth, Jay's born on the fourth, Beyonce's born on the fourth. Me and Beyonce's birthdays are the same. Peaches and Jay Z's are the same.
That's why.
And then the flip on it is that Jay was born in Brooklyn, but he's under Sag. I was born in Brooklyn, but I'm under Virgo. So the thing about it is like it switched from us from with him and his with say like with him and Beyonce. He's the male Sagittarius and stuff like that. And my wife is a female Sagittarius, and I was Beyonce is a female Virgo, I'm the male Virgo. So it's kind of like a mirroring thing,
Yeah.
almost. You know what I mean? And the fact is that the same school I used to attend up in Brooklyn, there, the Ansel Law School, Jay Z and them used to be in there too. So he was dealing with right knowledge. He was messing with Dr. York and everything. So we used to see cats up in there on a regular. And Jazz was doing it for the morning.
Yeah, I saw the interview with Jazz when he said that he was actually down here in Putnam County at the place with Dr. York.
Yeah, but we was like I said, with the joint he had up in Brooklyn, we talking about 88, 89, 88, 89, like 90. That's when we was up in the joint up in Bushwick. That's when we were locked community school and whatnot. So me and my man Basir, we used to hit that up, stuff like that. So but he was in there. He was in there, so he knows certain things.
Yeah.
You know, I would say that he got a lot more knowledge of how things really work than a lot of these other fools out here do. So he know what the deal is with it. Like I said, at the end of the day, industry cats, man, you want to make money, do it on your own, don't look for training, establish how much money you want to make a year, you and your family can be comfortable with. Y'all can still get out and do things
And be cool there.
and be cool with it, so that way you can go out and you can really enjoy life as opposed to having to have bodyguards and people around you all the time because you can't move because you chose fame over money. You know, this makes it sick. There's enough money out here for everybody. Nobody got to be greedy. Nobody has to be greedy. And like I said, if you want to maintain some sort of privacy, yo, just figure out how much you want to make a year off of your talent and run with that and keep making it. That's it. You got dudes that been in the game for 20, 30 years. You'll never know who they are because they didn't choose fame. They just said, let me just make my money. I'll do what I need to do. I'll be behind the scenes.
Now, can a nigga rap for 20 or 30 years and make $200,000 a year with that same model?
Hmm. If his fan base is strong enough, if he got enough core fans, yeah, you look at like artists like Redman, for instance. Like Redman can still go, he can still go pack a joint. He got a loyal fan base. So if if you tour it,
But he in the machine though, ain't he?
yeah, but I'm saying he's in the machine, yes. But his fan base is the thing that carries it. It ain't
It
record
ain't,
sales.
yeah, it ain't the music.
It ain't record sales. So, but they know. But he'll put out albums.
But that's damn near the whole Wu Tang, though,
Yeah.
because you know what I'm saying.
But
Like,
you said, they tied in the machine. The
yeah,
thing is to establish a fan base without getting tied in that machine. Word of mouth used to be the best way that your music got out. Because somebody gonna hear it and they gonna take it somewhere else. And it might take a little longer to bubble, but you know you got it the right way.
yeah.
You got it the right way. Because I know a lot of music that um I got to listen to. It was an exchange of music. Like my friends, we would get together and stuff like that, and we would all bring different types of music to the pot. So somebody was a heavy jazz head, heavy funk head, this, that, and the third, rock head. We would all bring that to the pot, and we would sit down and listen to it. So you might actually wind up liking a joint you ain't never heard before. But if somebody ain't bring it to you,
You'd have never
you
heard
would have
it.
never heard it. That's the way good music gets spread. You might not agree. I tell anybody, I don't care how wag of an artist you are or how great of an artist you are. You could catch me with one. Like you might that day while you were in the lab, you might have cooked up that joint that you like, you know what, I like that. But I don't listen to anything else that you got.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like
Like I
that,
said, you can give me with one.
and I fuck with that one.
Right. Now, right. I'll give it to you. Like on this right here, you did your thing.
Yeah.
For the rest of that stuff, I don't care for. But this right here, for me, this is what it is. Well, I tell people all the time, what you listen to musically is a reflection of how you vibrate. You know, if you listen to stuff, if you don't know how to listen to music, I'll put it to you like that too. Because I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't listen to some of the grimiest stuff out there. But to me, it's a motion picture on wax.
That's what it is.
That's it. Somebody telling me a story where and
And I got to use my imagination.
They provide me with the soundtrack, you know what I mean, or the score, because that's what the production basically is.
Yeah.
Is the score, and the acting is taking place through the work. Gotcha. That's as far as it ever went for me. I don't care what nobody was talking about back in the days of it. Like, all right, you paint a great picture. I
Yeah,
respect that.
that's it.
I'm never going out and doing any of this.
Nah, man, you knew better.
Once again, it's it's how you teach your kids stuff. If you're not telling your kids when they start listening to any type of rap,
Yeah,
this is all phony. Like to look at it as like a movie on wax.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. They're painting a picture. You're listening to it, I suppose. You're visualizing everything, but they ain't doing none of this.
No.
Because the dudes that you know that really do stuff like
they're in prison.
they're not right.
They're in prison or dead.
They're in prison or dead, and not really don't really have time for making records.
And they definitely not talking about it.
Right.
Definitely not telling the whole world about it.
So if you know what it is already, then you can really listen to anything.
Lil Wayne was signed at 12, and instead you didn't kill 37 people in a song.
Right. And the ignorance, well, I put it like everything starts at home. I don't care what anybody says. The type of person you become, the things that you
value,
and what you value, it starts in your home. The less knowledge on the home, the less knowledge you're gonna have, and that's gonna put you behind. You know, a lot of people don't realize that. You have to know certain things so you can't get caught up in certain things. And if you know certain things and you get caught up in certain things, then that was a decision. That wasn't a mistake. A mistake is when you don't know any better.
Yeah.
A decision,
you're informed.
You're informed. You're informed. There's no such thing as an uninformed decision. That's a mistake. You ain't know nothing. But once you know and you say, you know what, I know it's not good to rob this bank,
but I'm gonna do it.
Anyway. All right. You can't say it was his fault.
Nah, that's no accident.
It's his fault. Even if you're dealing with certain things, if you investigate it enough, you'll find the truth. Once you find out the truth about it, there's no need for you to believe in that lie anymore. But if the lie makes you feel better, then that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
The lie gonna get me this.
I'm gonna sleep better.
I run with this narrative, the snake gonna give me money. This how you become independent of it. You need it now. To independence of it. You need it now. You know what I mean? Oh, like I said, man, at the end of the day, like I said, anybody staying, like I said, the industry stuff, just like I said, try to find a way to you get enough money that you and your family and y'all can be comfortable. You don't have to be extravagant. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be rocking the biggest thing or the biggest that. You don't want to draw your attention to yourself when you're making money anyway.
Man, you shouldn't. And when the gangsters stop moving in silence? It used to be the way back in the day.
No.
Now everybody wants you to know they gangster.
Yeah, moving in silence don't get you fame. It gets you respect, but it won't get you fame. Look at dudes like John Gotti and stuff like that.
Man, they was able to operate for years. For years.
Like I said, you put yourself out there. You want to show.
And that's really what fucked John Gotti out. He got too flashy. Yeah.
Watch the story of Frank Lucas. What happened in the Chinchilla?
Yeah, he got too flashy all at the fight.
You just walk around looking like everybody else and don't
nobody pay you no attention.
You know, I rode this shit. I rode the trains in New York, and I can tell you, without even actually meeting one, I'm sure there was billionaires on the train.
But you just don't know it.
Don't know.
It looked like everybody else.
He's sitting there with a pair of jeans, some all right looking sneakers, a little baseball cap on his shirt, a stretched out T-shirt, and he going to hang out with his friends. But he ain't trying to drive. He gonna get on a train like everybody else. But where he going to, he gonna be able to really blow some bread. Nothing's gonna be a problem for him to do. And then, like I said, if he chooses to take a cab back to his Upper West Side place,
he will.
Well, he gonna do that. But if not, he gonna get right back on the train and play.
Come right back.
Else. Black people are the only people that got.
We gotta show it.
Gotta show it.
We gotta show it.
And then you call it hating when you the only lion in the den eating and everybody else hungry. And you know what I mean? Why bring the meat in here with everybody else? But you gotta come in
and show everybody else that you gotta eat.
And they hungry too, and you act like there's something bad's not gonna happen.
You know we gonna get it.
It's not like they personally dislike you.
Nah,
it's just that
they hungry.
They're hungry. I need a piece of that steak, please.
You're not about to eat all of it, bro. We gonna take it. We gotta take it.
Once you get money, you don't stay where you at.
No.
You don't even go back to where you live at, and you don't let people know where you live at. Like if you somebody that got that money like that, and but you still, you don't want to be disrespectful to your friends, cats that you really grew up with, and you love and you care about, but at the same time you gotta understand that you can't really trust them no more too.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against them. It's just that your situation and the envy that can come with situations like that. You have another spot where you just have to go up to the side. You meet, if you want to chop it up with the homies, you chop it up there. But you don't make it any. You don't make that spot any better than what they could afford. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I got money and my homies don't know I got money like that, if I come around them, I'm gonna drive up on the block in the Maybach. I'm gonna drive.
I need to have a
I'm gonna have the new Honda Accord. I'm gonna be dressed in regular stuff.
Regular shit, no designer shit. No.
And ain't nobody gonna think nothing different of it. Because everybody else can afford that.
Yeah.
It's when you start coming in with all types of crazy jewels and Balenciaga pieces and
yeah, that's what I mean when I say designer.
People afford that. But if you go around and looking the same way they look, ain't nobody none the wiser.
Nah.
How much money you got? And if you what you try to do is you try to make it your business to go see them more than they go see you. Because you could always tell somebody, look, yeah, every mean got here, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But I'll come through. And like I said, they'll invite you and stuff. They won't know that how much money you're getting because you ain't advertising it. And at the same time, if you're not raising your kids like that too, they won't go back and start talking a certain way either.
Yeah.
I put it like this: best thing a rich person can tell their child is that we live in a nice place, but it costs money to be here. And I mean, you got to make loans sometimes to make these payments. You ain't no different than anybody else. We just live a little bit better, but we got the same problem.
No, we got the same problem.
Same problem, because that's what it really is. To tell the truth.
Yeah.
Somebody living in a $500,000 mansion.
They still making payments.
They still making payments, and you don't know how they get any money. You don't know how they get that money.
You don't know how stressful some of them months are.
It's the same thing as somebody in the hood who got the same file, they gotta pay for something. They don't know how they gonna get their money up. They ain't no different. It's just that normally the burden in the hood is not really as great. The person that gotta pay for that $500,000 man. Yeah. Like it's more money that gonna come with that. Sometimes they in the hood to be short $200 and stress. I mean, you get $500,000 mansion, I gotta come up with $10,000 payment. You know what I mean? By tomorrow morning. That's different than having to come up with $200 tomorrow morning.
But shit, to that nigga in that mansion, them $200 feel like that 10,000 to that nigga. You know what I'm saying? It feels like the same amount of money.
Right, but what I'm saying is $200 is a lot more than 10,000 overnight. Shit. I could. It's not all right.
I know a nigga that'll take him 5-6 days, come up $200.
Well, he don't know too many people who doing anything.
Yeah, he ain't got no motivation, no ambition. I need a couple racks. I need a couple racks.
The thing is that when you making money like or you living a certain way, you got friends of a different caliber too.
Yeah.
Like you might be able to call the dude with the $500,000 mansion might really be able to call somebody that can give him 10 racks overnight.
But hell, $200.
You around a bunch of people
that can't. They're in your same situation.
So, like I said, both of them would have to deal with the stress of the situation, but
the guy out the hood got the easier way out.
That's he got the right friends.
Yeah, if we got the right friends.
The same thing in the hood. If you got the right friends.
If you got the right friends.
Relative.
Yeah.
Especially, but the thing is, you both still got to come up with that money.
Man.
So the situation is.
It's the same.
So that's the kind of, I'm like, it's no different. It's like you don't live for other people. You don't try to keep up with the Joneses.
That's the biggest mistake you can make.
You live the best way you can live based on the decisions that you made in order to make a certain amount of money. That's it. I mean, it's simple. Like, there's no real need to complicate it, but people do so. That's what we got with it. We all complicate it. We all make it harder on ourselves in some shape, form, fashion. And if we're responsible for it, then we got to be the people that eat it and live with it. And get better from it. If not, don't complain about staying in the same pot.
When you the one keeping yourself there. Now, I know you've seen a couple of my episodes. We talk about a couple current event stories at the end of every episode. I got a couple of them lined up real quick. We're gonna go ahead so we can knock this on out. My first article for the day is man suspected of burying his mom and his sister in the backyard was arrested. A man suspected of concealing the deaths of his mother and sister nearly a year after their bodies were found buried in the backyard of their suburban Chicago house has been arrested on felony charges. Man, what kind of sick motherfucker would kill his mama and his sister?
The only thing I can say about something when it comes to something like that, Jay, is that there was some family issues nobody else knew about that brought that situation to a head. And then until we find out whatever it was that caused that individual to do what they did, we will never really know. I mean, at the end of the day, we all have families where in the family unit consists of individuals. Each individual ain't on the same shit, you know. So we don't know.
Man,
I wouldn't do that no more.
they they initially they questioned both of the brothers. They can't charge either one of the brothers because they can't determine how the people were killed. They don't know how they were killed because he buried them in the backyard. They say he buried the mama in 2015 after the sister pushed the mama down the stairs. Then he buried the sister in 2019 after she just got sick and died. They say his sister died from COVID. You gonna blame it on COVID. But he just buried her in the backyard. I don't know if that's a normal thing around Chicago way to just bury folks in the backyard. I know my mama told me about this motherfucker that got her husband buried in the backyard over there. Kid, you remember that chick? Yeah, man, her husband died and she buried him in the backyard, fam. And man, the other day, Mom was telling me about this woman, man, no lie, man. Mom said this woman's husband died at 7 o'clock that morning. She had the funeral at 3 o'clock that afternoon. that bitch didn't do no embalming or nothing. She just threw his ass in the motherfucking ground ASAP. I'm like, God. And they let her do that? I would have thought, for man, if I'm a man, if I'm a police investigator and you tell me you want to bury your husband 5 hours later, I at least need to check to see if there's some poisoning going on right here. Like well, most people, that's just not a normal request to want to have him buried that day. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like she didn't have a funeral or nothing. Dog. She had a full blown funeral. She called a preacher that morning. She got a church together. She made all the arrangements. Probably had the arrangements already made. Probably did. Bro. My mom say dude wasn't sick though. It wasn't like it was no he had been in the hospital for a long. He had been in the hospital for a long time and nothing like that. This dude just died. Bro. I think she might have got away with one. You know what I'm saying? I think she might have got away with one, bro. You know. Hey man, speaking of other stories like that, man, I know this dude. He done passed on now, but he buried his wife and she got up out the grave and went and cooked dinner for him. That is not no cap. This woman that used to go to the church with my mama, her husband had them beat her so bad that he thought he had them killed her. So he went and buried her in the backyard, and she woke up and got up out the grave and came in the house and cooked dinner. And they lived happily ever after until they both died of old age. That's real life backcountry wood shit, man. God damn it.
Coming back there without anything to do.
Say, man, she said he loved her enough to give her a proper burial. No. Man, my second story, man. I'm gonna move on to the second story. Uncle accused of shooting 23-year-old nephew dead in parking lot outside a courthouse over relationship with ex-wife.
So the nephew was sleeping with the uncle's ex-wife.
Yeah, the nephew sleeping with an ex-auntie.
Well, my thing is this. If you go back to any old pimp movie, they always tell you, the woman do the choosing.
Yeah.
She chose the youngin.
She chose him.
He as an older man was supposed to just accept that and move on. That just her doing that probably confirmed everything he probably thought about. But instead of dealing with the situation logically, he got it. So he got in his emotions, and now he gonna be going to jail. Something he can't even have in there.
Appa- Apparently, man, the nephew started fucking their auntie while she was still an auntie. He was still married to the uncle, but the uncle was away for work in China at the time.
She chose them.
She chose, but then she tried to end it, and the nephew didn't want to end it, and he started making threats to everybody. You know what I'm saying? He had to fell in love. Yeah, he had to fell in love. He wanted to be uncle now.
That's the problem with a lot of they start dealing with young boys.
Yeah, you can't get them to quit.
Right. They think they in love. Really, it's just lust. And the older chick was just using him for her lustful intentions as well. But she's old enough and more and wise enough to she understands what she's in, and she knows she can break her up at any time. But
Yeah,
you got to think about
but how he gonna feel?
how enamored this young man might be with you.
You done fucked him up.
You know,
You might have been the first woman he ever had sex with.
you the love of his life, then.
Man,
But then
Unc went bullshitting though, man. Unc hit this nigga with the car first, got out the car and hit this nigga 3 times. Bop.
it's the ego. Person that he should have.
His anger supposed to, it's like we are anger need to be in jail. Like people don't want to hold their women accountable for nothing.
Like I said, she made a decision to rock with the young man. Like she could have even if he made advances, she could have been like him.
No.
But she did. She chose not to do
Hey
it.
man, I'm sure with it being the auntie, she came on to him first. You know what I'm saying? She did something to him to let him know that it was okay.
Like the all night and Friday. Just
yeah, sugar, goddamn, yeah.
But he got no sense.
Yeah, exactly. But this nephew didn't give a damn.
Because he envied him.
Yeah,
It might have been envy there from when the first time he saw them bring her around. You know what I mean? And when the opportunity came, he pressed. She went for it. She chose. And now Uncle's dead. He going to. I mean, the nephew's dead. Uncle going to jail. And this.
and she get to be the host you want to be.
Oh yeah.
She probably still on the insurance policy and everything.
He would do that from jail to stop all that.
Yeah.
He probably, if he was smart enough, he probably did that. But hey, at the end of the day, that's a sad situation. I feel for the family.
Yeah, definitely. Our next story, man, the Alabama governor signs anti-transgender bill, saying she believes children should develop into the adults God intended.
Well, that's what happened to Greek. Well, at the end of the day, men and women are biologically different. There's no need to say that we're the same, but there are things that women can do that men will never be able to do, and vice versa. That's why we have some people will call labels on us, but really it is what it is. Feminine and masculine principle. There's certain things that come with men and that are specifically for men, and there's certain things that come with women that are specifically for women.
So, how you feel about the number one women swimmer in the country was born a man?
Well, feminists ask for this stuff. You said you can do anything man could do, but you didn't figure on was
Doing it.
men actually starting to identify as women, then come into your field and take it over. So especially when you're dealing with the realm of athletics, if you had a child that was born male who went through puberty and then in his 20s decided he wanted to become a female, all the advantages that come with the testosterone and going through puberty and everything like that, that man has naturally, even if you try to tone it down somewhat.
Oh, with the fucked up climate that we're in right now, man, they don't even have to do all that. All they have to do is say they feel like a girl. They don't even have to take any of the pills or any of that shit.
The dudes you talking about,
Yeah, Leah.
right, Leah from Liam, he didn't do any of that. So you looking at a man who has much longer limbs, uh, broader shoulders,
The ability to intake more air.
and take more air, has more power on each swim stroke. What do you expect him to do? That's like if you took somebody like LeBron and LeBron woke up one morning and said, I feel like a girl and put him in a WNBA. Did you know that there'll never be another female ever be
Did you see the transgender MMA fighter, bro?
Yeah, I saw
She
that.
broke the fucking female skull, fam. She broke her skull.
Yeah, 'cause they
He goddamn, I get fucked up with these pronouns too, man. It's so confusing nowadays,
But
bro.
when you advocate feminist rights, you gotta think about all the things that come with it. So if you're sitting up there saying you can do anything a man can do, then when the man decides he wants to become a woman, then that man can do anything that a man can do. She, you know what I mean? But he's posing as a female there, you know. And then the thing about it is that some of the feminist groups actually use the transgendered female as as uh as a symbol for their cause. You know,
Yeah.
Adidas got a commercial out celebrating all the trans females out
Shit,
there,
Caitlyn a superstar, hell.
out there beating all the regular women in sport.
Now, Alabama might have got it right, man. Alabama done made it.
I believe it is the Secretary of Health of the United States is transgender.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he went from male to female. He was
Oh wow. Oh wow.
he never be like that. This is the Secretary of Health.
Wow.
When they tell you that that condition that's an illness. So somebody with a medical illness is the person that's in charge
Over the
of
goddamn.
health. So you got a lot of military upper tier military leaders that also have switched over and said that they were women as well. And they come
Oh wow.
they come to the military meetings dressed in skirts and everything. You can see how broad their shoulders are. You can see their Adam's apples. You can see
all that shit.
Yeah. That shit, I mean, I got pictures of this stuff where they said they're actually men dressed as women, and they just refer, and instead of calling them sir now they just call them madam.
That's crazy.
Oh,
That's
it's real.
crazy. That is not the military I was in. I guess it is. I ain't know. Yeah, I was so far down the line. I ain't know.
You know, but that's the thing, though. The thing is, it's for the children in the future.
You know, I'm glad somebody finally protecting these kids from somebody, man. Because these parents is goddamn that just let these children do any goddamn thing.
But yeah, I think you like that. You know, the transgender thing. I just another thing that you know keep people up in arms about something. You gotta have constant error. You gotta have constant
Yeah,
confusion.
the people can't be.
Can't sit down enough to realize anything.
Yeah.
So you gotta constantly bombard them with things every day.
Something to argue about,
Right.
something to say discontent.
So being that the say like television station, all news media outlets, those are all forms of entertainment. If you look, if you watch when the news go off, you read the fine print that says entertainment. You can do anything entertainment. Obama then passed a law when he was in office that stated that you could have fake news. You could have fake content on any news program. But if you don't know, you don't hear to, he was the president that instituted that. That didn't exist prior to.
Wow.
So he was the one that said it was okay.
To do fake. That the news channels is entertainment.
It's entertainment. Anything that falls under entertainment does not have to be real. Sports entertainment. If it was just sports,
you got to be real.
Then it can't be fixed, it can't be rigged, it can't be scripted. Once you say the sports entertainment, now you're looking at a situation that's fixed, rigged, scripted. You know, so if I'm telling you, I can. If there's a law on the books that say I can feed you whatever I want, and you gonna believe it, then you can't blame me. But most people don't know about the laws that get instituted.
Yeah, they
don't care about it. You know, that's like if you go to court, they'll tell you. You'll go to court and say, "Well, I didn't know this law. I didn't know this existed." Well, then the judge will tell you.
Ignorance of the law.
No excuse. Every January 1st, every July 1st,
they change new laws.
We put it out there for you, but you also distracted you with all some of good shit.
Yeah, so you won't be paying attention to that.
Right. So, like I said, that's what it is. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you can say this number seven objective. Just raise your kids, you know, they boys and girls, but you got them out in your hands for 8 hours. You got teachers in school that are promoting their agenda, which is another thing. You know, they got teachers promoting the agenda and throwing it on the kids. The parents don't really want to deal with any of that. They don't want that. So the best thing you can do at this point is that your kids have to, your children have to go to school, and you got to stand up against that type of stuff. If you're in a position where you can homeschool your children, you actually give up the real and tell them the truth on things.
Then that's the best.
That's the best way to go. You know, that's the best way to go. At the end of the day, all of this stuff with the children, with the children, been in the works for a long time. You know, I think it was back in anywhere between 72 and 74. You remember the story about the guy out in California, San Francisco, Harvey Milk, and he was a politician out there. But Harvey was pushing for certain laws where even back then that him and his cohorts were pushing for laws and stuff like that even back then that was to state that a child could determine when he was ready to have sex. They were thinking the age of
They was already
at age 7 they were up to say
wow.
And this was back, like I said, this is back. I think it was 74. You know, so think about that. This is 74. They trying to get this popcorn. You know,
Wow.
and they made Harvey Milk out to be a hero in the movie.
That's crazy.
You know, so
That's crazy.
so they were trying to get a lot of this.
They were trying to add pedophilia to the letters, the LBGT. They were trying to add a P to that motherfucker.
It got flags in the WAP video. That was the transgender flag that was fly out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you look at the color scheme. So, but they say they did subliminals and so on and so forth. But if you don't know, you don't know.
But the governor in Alabama said in Alabama, men use the men's room and ladies use the ladies' room, and ain't no exceptions.
Right. Whatever you was born as is what you are.
Yeah,
I mean, you might decide you want to change it, you know, and that's all well and good if that's the decision you make.
but you're gonna have to be an adult.
But biologically, this is
That's what you are. You have the X chromosomes or you have the XY chromosomes. That's it. There's no other types of chromosomes. There ain't no other shit. Like that's all it is. You either double X or XY.
Right.
Period.
It's not like everybody came out.
That's what we ought to start putting on the motherfucking bathroom. Double X's and XYs. Goddamn, tell me what your chromosomes is, bitch. Goddamn, that's how we gonna determine it.
Way to tell you that the chromosomes is lying there.
They'll dispute that well-known science right there. We'd have found a transgender element on that motherfucker.
Like, disputes in, you know, and like I said, they know the people going up the wall.
And if you got enough scientists working on it, you can prove anything. You can prove anything to be a fact if you put enough scientists working on it.
Say it enough.
Yeah.
People are buying the fact.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean that it's fact.
Yeah, for sure.
There's enough people agreed to it. You know what I mean?
People really believe ain't shit going on in Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a bunch of penguins looking down
there. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a whole lot going on in Antarctica. So much.
I don't believe it's ice, bro.
Right.
Yeah, man.
So if you look at a lot, I got some ancient maps in the house from like from say like even like the earliest one I got like the map of 900 AD. And when it shows it on it the North Pole and Antarctica on the map that show you like what you can what's habitating there and what type of stuff you can grow there. And both poles they show where they was growing vegetation.
Can't be ice.
Right, so it can't be ice. So in the North Pole they was able to grow vegetation at this particular point in time. And Antarctica they was able to have vegetation and things of that nature. So I'm like, it don't make sense. Don't make sense to me if they're showing it on that map that was there.
They know they can tell you anything. You can't go there. You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't even allow people to go.
No.
They don't allow people to go to places.
A lot of them islands out there ain't on maps and shit, bro. They got land out there that ain't on maps.
Yeah, they ain't on maps. But those are people that are outside of the current structure. They never got involved in. They stayed out and it was like, nah, they was like, y'all not coming in here with that. You know, they remain unknown to people. You know, other countries know about them, but to the average person, you don't know about these people.
Countries that's close to it.
Mhm. You know, you know, certain places ain't even getting touched at all. Like Switzerland is one of the places. Ain't nobody touch Switzerland.
Yeah,
Even in matters of war, you don't fly over Switzerland.
they neutral.
That's where everybody money at.
Yeah, that's the money spot.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, you look at World War One, World War Two, nobody touches Switzerland.
Nah, they sit right there too.
You go around Switzerland, you don't do nothing there.
But everybody got their money in Swiss banks, man. Like,
Nobody was doing.
and why is that, bro? Why would it be Swiss out of all places?
The thing is, if you got your money in international banks, there's no domestic jurisdiction. Put your money somewhere where you can avoid certain tax laws and stuff like that. Cats will put their money out on the Cayman Islands and in other various places. The high money, so say for say like foreign agencies like the IRS. That's what really doing on that money's not, you can't really mess with that money in a certain way. But everything here, the domestic,
You got all kind of rules, and
right,
they end up taking most of it.
right. Don't really, you know, yeah, you got a lot of banking outside of here, but I know the United States put a restriction. There used to never be a restriction on it. It was and then they brought in if you I think it's $10,000 outside of the country, you gotta start reporting that money.
Damn.
So the tax.
But if you're trying to find every loophole to stop a nigga, now they taxing your cash out money, they taxing everything, bro. God damn it. It ain't no way to get around paying Uncle Sam.
Said well, if you under the jurisdiction, then all those things apply, regardless to whether you like them or not. You know, it's the rules of doing business with them. You know, that's what it really boils down to. How many people going up and say, well, I'm not going to do that. No, they're gonna acclimate. They're gonna get acclimated to it. They'll get used to the new rules,
And then they'll do it. Yeah.
You'll
Be uncomfortable for a little while, then it become the norm. I mean, people are one of the most trainable animals you can find.
I forgot the name of the author, but the name of the book is called Gradual Seed of Normalcy. And everything that you see now, stuff like that, is in that book. They told you exactly how it was gonna happen step by step. So the book didn't lie.
Man, I done had fun here, man. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this episode up. We're gonna probably talk a little more off camera. We done gave them about an hour and 15 minutes. I think that's enough for them to hold down the first time we ever did an interview. I want y'all to click the like, follow, and subscribe button. Check us out on all your podcast places, anywhere you find your podcast, anywhere you look at it, I'm there. We appreciate y'all checking us out today. God bless y'all and good evening.